Okay. So, yeah. So thank you for coming here. So I'm gonna talk about my software, which named CandyCane. This is, of course, this is software which is using CakePHP, and fortunately, yeah, this software is getting success now, but I started develop this software like 3 years ago, and it started with CakePHP 1.2. But yeah, as you know, now CakePHP latest version became 2.2, and it's also becoming 2.3 soon. So yeah, so that's why I did the big migration stuff, and I'm going to talk about migration. So first, I'm introducing myself. My name is Ando, come from Japan. I used to live in US for 2 years and a half, but now I'm back in Tokyo now. So if you have some trip in Japan or Tokyo or somewhere, yeah, please contact me. I can make some meetup or conference or something, some funny thing. And also, yeah, I'm organizing PHP conferences and framework conferences, and sometimes hackathon or any other stuff. So, yeah, please let me know if you come in Japan. I will do something for you. And also, I'm working for the CakePHP book in Japanese. And right now, I'm working for a book about Cake 2 now. And yeah, so unfortunately, I still didn't get the book image for latest book, but it will be out on end of this September. And so, and this tweet is the really important announcement. Yeah, so, yeah, I made t-shirts, which I'm wearing right now. And I have about 10 pieces of t-shirts now. And yeah, if you had contributed before, I will give you these t-shirts. And if you just try installing or writing a blog or anything, any public activity, I will give t-shirts for you. So please let me know. So okay, I'm gonna starting from the what's CandyCane. CandyCane is the basically just clone of the Redmine, which is the issue tracking system on Ruby on Rails. And it's started since 2009 because I tried to use Redmine in my last company, but unfortunately the Redmine was not so stable for my company because my company had more than 1,000 engineers, and yeah, they made huge access to the Redmine, and it's tend to be down, and so we had to think about some alternative, and one option was the porting to PHP because PHP is much more stable and it's easy to maintain. And the current latest version is 0.9, which means before 0.9, there is the 0.8 series. 0.8 stays on Cake 1.2, and yeah, 0.9 means it's using Cake 2 now. And it has installer and internationalization stuff, and also it has the plugin system. This is most strong point of CandyCane, I think. And now I have about 30 contributors for this project. This is how Redmine look like, and this is how CandyCane look like. It's almost the same because we rewrite whole Redmine code line by line to PHP from Ruby. So from the markup, basically it's same, and actually it's using just same style sheets. So if you have any knowledge or any style sheet for Redmine, it can be useful even for CandyCane. And this is the installer. I think I showed this installer last year. And one difference is we got the polar bear at the background. There's some reason, because this migration was kind of painful stuff, but everything is just for fix something. So I want to see something new. So that's why I put this polar bear. And but this installer is totally easy. Basically, just extract archive under the directory which is working PHP, and just open with browser. There's some permission thing for the directory, but basically that's it. After that, just clicking the buttons and just fill the username and password for database. It will be working. And my personal record is like 38 seconds, but it may be faster. Yeah. And also, I made a dashboard for managing plugin. So yeah, I think this is stronger point against Redmine because installing Redmine plugin, we need to deal with the terminal or some configuration file. But I made this dashboard most likely WordPress. So just click from the menu, then the plugin will be set up. Yeah, in the administration dashboard, there is the link to the plugin. And just click. Then CandyCane will get the archive from GitHub and extract into the workspace. And this Nyancat plugin is just a joke plugin, but it's demonstrating how to inject your page or your code into the dashboard. And also, it can be uninstalled from dashboard. So if you don't like some joking, you can just uninstall from here. And and finally, I made some more practical plugin, which is the Facebook plugin. So yeah, since we started using many web interface tools, even like server dashboard or GitHub or Facebook or many tools, it means we have to remember so many passwords. And even now, we need to some software just keeping your password, like one password or some other stuff. But ideally, password should be just only in our mind. And to do that, I made this plugin, and it plugin allows to sign into the CandyCane with Facebook account, and also it can post the ticket update to the Facebook wall. And as you see, CandyCane has many features now, and it also means it has piles of code now. So it has about 30 controllers and 63 models and 200 view and almost 80 of elements. Yeah, it's obviously a huge software now. If this software is for the real project, it's not too big, but just for open source project, and it's just outside of my work. I spent time only my free time for this software. from that point, this code base is too big for me. And yeah, this is the chart from the migration. So I didn't know GitHub can be broken if you merge too much commit into the master branch. So in this case, it says 200,000 additions and 200,000 deletion on 2,000 files. Yeah, in this particular case, this page cannot show exact diff, and also this impact chart can be crappy. So yeah, this chart is not representing actual source code elements. So yeah, I did migration, and yeah, let's get into a little bit more detail about the migration. As you know, Cake 2 is obviously better than Cake 1, and Cake 2 will give you better performance because Cake 2 doesn't support PHP 4. It means dropping so many extra code just for PHP 4. And also, it had the lazy load design. And also, yeah, Cake 2 has more features than Cake 1. And also, it has more flexibility. And this is a performance thing. One of my friends, his name is Ichikawa, and he made this benchmark on his blog. And yeah, actual source code is in his GitHub, so you can see what's happening there. But it's showing Cake 2 is faster than Cake 1. So it's concrete tools. And why it's getting faster? One reason is lazy loading. So when Cake 1, if you wrote many model definition on your controller, it means this controller will initialize whole model classes. So if you, in this case, it has like about 20 model classes. And before migration, in this page, once this page got the load, every model class was initialized. And of course, it took a while. But now, look at the index action is at line 22. This action is calling only project model, which means initialize only project model. So it gets more faster, the loading time. And also, Cake 2 has better support for teaming. Team is a feature for swapping view file. Yeah, this code showing the example. So if you call a render method from controller, like a home index, it means render the app view home / index.ctp. But if you once enable team, controller will find under the team directory first, and if there is no file, then find another file from the default place. So yeah, this is very useful feature. Like if you wanna show some specific header just for staging environment or development environment, you can just create a team and put some extra thing there. This thing will be shown up just for that team when enabled. And actually, yeah, the CandyCane is using team feature pretty much. And also, Cake 2 has more better support for emailing. So Cake 2 has the Cake email class, and which supports emailing via SMTP. And then now CandyCane has supporting for SMTP server. And also, I think this is most flexible thing for Cake2 is the event system. Jose spoke about this topic his session, and yeah, this system is really amazing. So this example is showing the markup thing from emoji plugin. It's basically emoticon thing. In ticket comment, there's some syntax which is coming from Redmine, is text style. I think it's very old style now. So, but there's some view helper which is doing text formatting with text style format. But to show more emoticon, I need to inject some little bit code on the helper. And to do that, event system is best solution for that. So this is the code. The left side of code is the helper, which I made just for CandyCane. And it has the text stylizer for method. It does basically formatting with text style class, but after that, it's dispatching cake event with a specific event name and getting result from the event. From this code, it means we can inject any code from anywhere, even Cake Core or CandyCane Core or some additional plugin. And the right side of code is my extra plugin. It's very simple code because this plugin is just outside from MVC structure. Things we need to do is just only grab the Cake Event Manager instance and attach the method name to the event. Then everything will be done by framework, and we can inject any code inside this helper function. Yeah, so these things are profits from the migration. So as you know, Cake 2 is obviously better than Cake 1. And to get these profits, we had to do migration. And here is the list of things we had to do. Yeah, there are a bunch of stuff. And first, I tried to run upgrade shell. Yeah, upgrade shell is functional. It's basically does renaming whole files and replacing some duplicated function call to What's really? Yeah, but my laptop is still working. Sorry. Thank you. Yeah, so yeah, upgrade shell, it's good, but also there's something upgrade shell doesn't do. Say, yeah, renaming is one good example. Yeah, so the upgrade shell will rename whole controller classes, model classes, and for the name of the view files. But if you have some subdirectory under the elements, those things cannot be renamed from upgrade shell. So you have to consider rename or not. And if you need to rename, you have to deal with your source code manually. And also, if you work on this renaming thing, you have to make sure what kind of file system you are using for your development. Like even OS 10, after Lion, the default file system is case insensitive. I think it's pitfall. So yeah, it happened for me. So it was working on my environment, but once deployed to Linux box, it wasn't working. So yeah, if you need to migrate to Cake 2, you have to do some this renaming stuff. It means you have to make sure what's your developing environment. And configs, I think this is easy stuff. So since Cake 2, the config file and the index.php and some basic file has some change, and it means you have to make sure put your new configuration into the Cake 2 format. And Cake request is a new way to handle data from request, and I think this is just a replacing thing. So you need to grep your code, and if you found some old style referencing way to request, you need to just replace. And also CakeError. So if you are using CakeError to show the common error screen, these things must be replaced with exception. And just in my case, the upgrade shell didn't replace this thing. So I grabbed my entire code and just replaced to the exception. That's what I did. And also shortcuts. Yeah, actually, I don't know why this shortcut got removed, but since Cake 2, this shortcut function was removed. So if you still using these shortcuts, you need to replace to more normal way. And components. Yeah, component is a common way to share the piece of code crossover the controllers. And from Cake 2, the component must have parent class. So if you have some your component, you need to change the definition, and also you need to fit the constructor as the superclass. And team view. Yeah, team view was separated from standard view class, but since Cake 2, this feature is just part of standard view class. So just replace this extra setting from your controller. And AjaxHelper. Yeah, this was biggest trouble for my project because Redmine was using so many Ajax code with prototype.js, but CakePHP is basically moving to jQuery, and the helper has changed to JSHelper. So JSHelper still supporting prototype.js and jQuery both, but the method is not common. So it's not just replacing thing. So yeah, I need to replace with JSHelper, and also I need to rewrite whole JavaScript thing. So if your application is using much JavaScript and prototype, you need to be careful. So here's the lessons. So yeah, actually migration to 2 something is pain. It's actually pain. But Cake 2 come with more better function and better performance and flexibility. The one example is the event system. To use those new features, we have to migrate to Cake 2. So I highly recommend migrate your old application to Cake 2 to use these features like event system and teaming. So yeah, 5 minutes left. Yep, it's pretty much about it. So thank you for listening. Any questions or comments? Demanding t-shirts? I still have 10 of these, so.
Are you done the migration now?
We did already, but still need to do something on JavaScript.
How much time did it take you?
It's like 2 months, but I had time only after 9 p.m. or on the holiday for me. Thank you.